back everyone to my channel. I am so grateful for everyone's support and a lot of kind messages to show how much my content has been resonating with all of you. So to extending what I've been talking about in the last few videos, I would be sharing a bit about my failures, quote unquote, as I build out my 3-year solopreneurship journey. I was talking to a friend earlier today. I told her that at some point we all need to set a stopping point for ourselves. So when things are getting too hard, we need to know when to stop and then pivot again. Because a lot of us feel like we have to hustle so hard, we have to do so much, work very hard in order to gain the success that we want. But what I found is when it feels like you're pushing a rock up a steep mountain, that's when the universe is sending signals that this might not be the path that you're meant to go on. And for myself, to be honest, this really started when I became a marketer in tech and the B2B SaaS industry. I actually was getting sick, and even though I was top performers, as recent years there was also layoffs, right? But over the years, a lot of my friends have also been telling me, I feel like it was the universe telling me the message through them that you're not meant to be working for someone else. You're meant to do something for yourself and to create all these cool creations to share with the world. So I feel like that was my first step. That's how I felt that I moved from a tech marketer role in my career to now building my own business. And I started off as a marketing consultant. And to be honest, I don't see all of these steps in my career as failures. I see them as learning opportunities where I can just make a series of adjustments. That's truly what I think. Life is a series of adjustments. So for myself, when I changed to a marketing consulting role, I just thought that's because a lot of other marketers I've seen, when they leave the tech industry, they tend to just do a consulting or fractional marketer or a part-time role, still doing marketing, but for the same tech companies or other SaaS companies. It's a very easy way to, I would say, earn more, but do a lot less in terms of your work scope. And in terms of my second step after that, I would say because my marketing consulting, when I first started out, I actually wanted to help B2B SaaS companies build marketing foundations. Because over the years, I've also done a lot of different kinds of marketing from, as I said in the previous videos, like content marketing, demand gen, account-based marketing, paid ads, events, you name it, I've done it. So for me, I do take a more holistic approach to marketing. And that's when I felt like a lot of tech companies don't really have foundations. So let's say when there's a lot of turnovers or they lay people off, people usually take their tribal knowledge or their knowledge of the role they were hired in, like marketing, for example, and they don't actually document their processes or SOPs or templates and resources like that. Usually people are just trying to get things done, right? So for me, I wanted to pitch to SaaS companies like, hey, I can help you build this foundation so that you can withstand even turnovers or layoffs or even people voluntarily leaving for better opportunities. And at that time, when I talked to a lot of marketers, they thought this was such a great idea, but a lot of them were saying, oh, but how do I justify to my higher ups? It's not like I hire you for paid ads and we can track how many leads we'll get through ads. This is more like the grunt work. It's more of the foundational work. So even though they know it's needed, it was tough for them. So then I was like, okay, I gotta pivot. I gotta make some money somehow. So I was like, all right, I used to be a content marketer. I will go back into freelance copywriting. And to be honest, I never really done freelance copywriting. I had a lot of freelancers friends who've done it while they were working full-time in other companies. That's just something they also enjoy doing because they get exposed to different industry. So when I started out, I was starting fresh. I didn't have a portfolio. So that was my next step, right? Step 2, where I went from marketing consultant to a freelance copywriter. And I'm really grateful. I get opportunities through meeting new people and through referrals, and I had some steady clients, but at the same time, I felt like there was something more that I could be doing. So for me, then the next step was like, okay, could I use my marketing skills and my tech skills to help more people? And I remember I had a voice in my brain where I was like, oh, I really want to help people who deserve to be in the spotlight, who are doing really great work around Earth and want to help humanity and make a positive impact. And that to me really was more resonating with my soul, because I felt like a lot of tech companies already have so many marketers, but a lot of small business owners or solopreneurs or coaches or consultants who are doing great work but are struggling because they don't have the marketing background or the tech background, like don't know how to play the game on this online space and the marketing space. I was like, okay, this is a great opportunity to do that. And so when I stumbled upon a coaching community last winter, that was when a life coach friend was telling me, hey, like you can actually help these people do these kind of work, like marketing and tech work, because they go to coaching school or these training programs and they actually just teach them like coaching tools. They don't teach them truly the business infrastructure, the marketing, tech tools. And I would come in and help them. Like I had clients who literally said, you solve my problems that's been bothering me for months or even years, like a matter of 30 minutes or an hour. When I started, I was like, can I actually get paid for this? But I realized every step of the way, whenever I felt like, oh, I didn't do as well as I'm thinking, I am resetting and recalibrating to a path that is more meant to me in different seasons of life. So for myself, I was thinking, okay, I've been doing one-on-one coaching as well. And what is a way for me to also help these clients, hold them accountable and get things done? Because one thing I realized, and if there's other coaches and solopreneurs out there feeling the same, I feel we tend to get a lot of value from people like other experts, but we get overwhelmed. There's so many action items like tackle first, and what is going to make the most impact? Like what is the revenue generating activities that we actually should be doing every single day? Because if left to our own devices, I feel most of us like, oh, let's just tackle a few things, whatever we feel is easiest. And I feel like it's a combination of doing things that are easy and things that actually make an impact on the business. So for me, I was like, okay, let me create a 3-month program where we figure out your signature offering, we figure out what are the kind of projects you want to work on to support your main offering and get it out to the world and actually impact more humans. And then let's work backwards, because as a marketer in tech, I inadvertently always get the project manager role. It eventually meant that I'm being like project manager for a global marketing campaign, even though I also had other marketing things to do as a content marketer, demand gen marketer, or account-based marketer, right? But because I've done everyone's role, I can clearly know what each function needs to do and how long it takes. So with that skill, it's very easy for me to tell someone else, I have all these different marketing channels, well, let's do 1, 2, 3 and lay it out in an Asana board so you can see from a calendar view like we can get done. And that is where also my organization skills come in. So I really resonated with that and felt like in my soul level that I am meant to help people with that. And along with that, also helping them rebirth. Like I said in the past video, I can help them shed their old layers, all these identities they no longer resonate with, or all these self-limiting beliefs or patterns they feel like, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, it's too overwhelming, it's too frustrating. But it's really not. You just really need someone to hold you by the hand and really know how to fish. Because even after 3 months, I want to enable people to make sure they can still thrive without me. That's the whole point. The point isn't to always have this one coach or one consultant be with you forever, because now you're overly reliant on them, unless you're operating a super big business. But I feel for small business owners or even solopreneurs, just having them for a short amount of time, teach you, hold you accountable, is already a wonderful experience. So if I was to wrap this all up, I would say a lot of times what we think is failures is not actually failures. It's a lot of times just stepping stones to the next part of our journey. And I think that's what's so powerful as a reminder that we're never really not doing well, or we're not good enough. Because especially in the Asian culture, we're like, have to get A+ and we have to always do everything 110%, like overgive ourselves. But at times when things aren't working our way, it's time to just take a step back and just to see, is this truly the path for me? If I've already done my best, do I need to keep pushing forward? If not, it's probably time to stop and pivot. So I hope you like today's content, and if you do, please like and subscribe and share with your friends, and let me know in the comments if you have other tips as you overcome your own failures or learning opportunities and how'd you pivot it. That's it for today. See you next time.